Well, good morning. This isn't scary at all. My name's Eli. You're probably wondering why this awkward guy with the hat in church is standing up here. Seattle Mariners baseball team, by the way. Go Cal. I'm here because God loves me more than I ever thought possible. And for a long time, I didn't know that was possible. As mentioned, my name is Eli. My daughter Jocelyn is not here with me today. She is at home. But we are both autistic. And if you've seen us around, you've probably seen me chasing her with her backpack and her snacks and her drinks. And we're not playing with the sink. We're not getting on the elevator again. But we do. So for a long time, I've spent a lot of time in churches, Bible studies, Catholic school. Growing up, had a lot of trouble fitting in, and eventually got to a point where I kind of gave up on the idea. I just kind of coasted for a while. My daughter came along, and one of the cool things about having kids, you get to be a kid again. Yes, I know all the words to Frozen. Every girl dad in here does. Moana, very cool. Watch it every time. But a couple years ago, we had a moment where we knew we were going to lose a loved one in our family. And the conversation came up, and it became very apparent I didn't actually really know where I stand on religion and God. Having read the Bible my whole life, what did I actually really know about it? And for the last 2.5 years, I have been on quite an interesting journey. I prayed, I reached out to God, and something amazing happened. He answered. I was finally at a place where I got out of my own way and stopped trying to figure things out how I thought they should be figured out. Today, I look back and I've been through, a lot. Sorry. I've spent a year in a Messianic Jewish synagogue. I have spent 6 months working with very well-trained biblical scholars. I have found myself in conversations and situations I can tell you I never thought was possible. I thought I was doing pretty well. And actually, I wrote something down here, so bear with me. With all this, and an amazing journey, and a love for God, what I didn't have was a church family or a place to go. My daughter and I have trouble fitting in. If you have seen us, we're loud. Well, she's 11, so she's allowed some. She's also nonverbal, which means if she discovers that she can make a new sound, she's going to play with that sound. And she does that regularly here, especially. You know, my journey the last couple years, I went through different churches and tried to find maybe a home that we could fit in. We had some trouble. I'm not going to lie. We had some trouble fitting in. Sometimes it became apparent that probably easier if we weren't around, being loud and disruptive. And one day, Jocelyn hit a period of something was just bothering her. Something's going on. She's having trouble at school all of a sudden. We don't really know what's going on. She's nonverbal. She can't tell me. All my tips and tricks as a autism dad were not working. But I know one thing she likes to do is she likes to walk around church. I said, sweetheart, we don't have one. And as a recent believer of answered prayers, God stepped in and said, why don't you swing over to Crestwood and check out the Crestwood United Methodist Church. I don't know why, that was just appeared in my head. I live in LaGrange. I'm not even 15 minutes from here. So that's what I did. I said, sweetheart, I don't know if they're even going to be open. And if I get talking too long, feel free to stop me. I said, I don't know, I've never been there. I don't know if there's even going to be people there. It could be locked, I don't know. But let's go up there and talk, see if we can't, walk around. Let Daddy talk to you. Maybe we can figure out what's up. We got here, and the last car was backing out. The window lowered. The gentleman driving wished me a good morning, which I wasn't expecting. I said, thank you. And we came up to the door, and it was locked. And Jocelyn starts banging on the door. I want to go. I want church. I'm banging on the door. I said, well, sweetheart, it's locked. Maybe we can walk around the parking lot. I don't know. And then a face emerged. And if you ask my daughter, it's a very cute face. And I probably shouldn't have said that on live, but that's okay. Mr. Connor Berg opened the door for us. He was leaving. Church was over. This was late in the day. Everything was cleaned up. He locked the doors. He had every right to tell us he was going home. But he didn't do that. He opened the door. He welcomed us in. He shook my hand. He waved to Jocelyn. He said, what can I do for you? And I said, this is going to sound crazy, but we need to walk around. She needs to just pick a route and just kind of walk around and touch things and give me a few minutes to kind of talk to her and see what's going on in her head. That sounds weird to some people, right? If you've never heard that before, if I just showed up and said, hey, I just need to walk around your house a little bit, that would be a little weird, right? Connor rolled right with it. Then I met his wife. She went home and got the dog. By the way, very cute dog. To help make Jocelyn more comfortable here. That's the kind of people you all are here. So we came back, and we came back. By the way, I did talk to her while we walked around this church, and I did find out that the issue was just some things were changed in school. They had a substitute teacher, but we worked through it. She's doing great now, by the way. But she really liked walking around here. Every time we came back, I was expecting, I was just always waiting, someone's going to say something. Maybe we shouldn't be in the sanctuary right now. Maybe we need to go somewhere else. And we've been here going on a year now, and that's yet to happen. In fact, every single interaction we've had with members of this church have been nothing but positive and loving. I have spent 40 years in churches, Bible studies. I have argued, because I'm the kind of guy I am, with biblical scholars from all over this country. So I've been around it. But I want to tell you all right now, nobody in my life has set more of an example of what it means to be a Christ follower than you folks at Crestwood United Methodist. And I'm being very serious. You didn't just tolerate Jocelyn and I. You opened the doors, you brought us in, you talked to us like you talk to anybody. We're welcome here. She loves it here. And you can tell because she's usually the one laughing and running upstairs in the balcony and shutting the doors. Sorry about that, by the way. But sometimes she needs to do little things like that because it's a sense of control. She has control over that. The poor girl doesn't have a lot of control over a lot of things in her life. But thanks to you all, she can come here and relax and just be her. So I'm going to try and wrap this up. I know I've been up here for a while, but when I started my spiritual journey a couple years ago, I learned very quickly I didn't know near what I thought I knew. I wasn't even fully sure what I believed. That was a hard knock to take. So one thing I've gained since coming here and being on this journey, and especially coming here, was actual biblical knowledge. I've actually get to talk to scholars. I actually feel a connection to the authors now. I enjoy it so much. I wish I'd done this in college instead of learning Excel sheets. I gained an actual relationship with the Father who meticulously made me. Me. Of all the amazing people around me, my awkward, hard-to-love AUHD self is wonderfully made. I know that now. It took me 40 years to find it out. But I know that now. Coming here, I gained something I didn't think I was going to gain. That's a church family. And as I've already mentioned, you all have absolutely exude amazing example of what it means to be a Christ follower. All of you. So that would be it, right? I'd be done. I can call that spiritual journey wrapped up. Turns out there's something else I did not know and did not count on. There's another gain. You all have shown me purpose, giving us a home and a place, giving my daughter a voice. You've given us a purpose. So we want to help others who have struggled and have trouble fitting in to learn about places like this. We want to help others come here and be heard and be part of a loving family. So we are working on a neurodiversity and inclusion ministry, which table is set up over there if you'd like to sign up. But not only do we gain a church family, we gain purpose. I cannot thank you all enough for that. So, thank you all again.
Thank you, Eli.